Hello. Hope I am audible to everyone.
Yes, Prince, you're
Hello.
audible.
Yeah.
Yes,
Shall
you're
I
audible,
start?
Prince.
Yeah. Shall
Yes,
I
please go
start?
ahead.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
please start, Prince.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on comprehensive test solution for aerospace and defense industries compliance with DO178C. My name is Prince Kumar, and I am working as a design and application engineer at Trident Infosol. So in today's webinar, I will be covering safety standards, then DO178C system failure condition and software level. Then we'll see the software testing DO178C process objectives for verification. Then how to achieve the compliance to DO178C. Then tool demonstration and then summary and the last Q&A. So nowadays software is getting complex and the safety played a major role in the safety critical application. So suppose if it is not safe, then it could cause a loss of life, significant property damage and damage to the environment also. So let's see the recent aircraft survey in Indonesia. So in year 2019, their two aircraft had deadly crash and that killed the 346 people. So Boeing 737 MAX 8 MCAS played a role in the fatal aircraft crashes. Then the company suspended the product and 737 MAX and it's grounded around the world. So later in October 25, 2019, the final report had came and that identified the 9 factor and the measure blamed on MCAS, where pilot also not able to determine their air speed and also there is a fault in the sensor. So safety standard is required where all the safety related products are developed to meet the specific standard for the safety. So as I look at the safety critical market, many complaints industries, they are following some complaints like for aerospace, military and defense, they are following the certification for the DO178C BYC, and similarly for industrial automation, railway and automotive, they are following ISO 26262, and for medical devices, they are following the complaints IEC 262304. So today we are going to focus on aerospace, military and defense system complaints with the DO178 BYC serially JSF. So DO178C is a software consideration and equipment certification in airborne system for all avionics safety and critical application. That is an European equivalent ED12C that address the life process of developing embedded software in the aircraft, and it is commonly accepted the standard worldwide for regulating the safety in the integration of software in aircraft system, and that define the software as a design assurance level. So as we start with the DO170C application, first one of the things we need to do during the developing in the airborne application, software need to be classified into the 5 different design assurance level, like software level A, software level B, software level C, software level D, and the software level E. So for each software level, there is some failure conditions. Like for software level A, the failure condition is catastrophic. So it would be something like flight control software, a flight control system like fly-by-wire. So if that software stop working right, it could cause a major problem like a loss of life, a loss of aircraft, and so on. So the next level is software level B, and the failure condition is hazardous. So this software failure could have a major negative impact on the safety and performance, and it also reduce the ability of crew to operate the aircraft due to the physical distress. So the next level is software level C, that is a measure. So that may result in the passenger discomfort, and the next level is minor. So it slightly reduce the safety margin and crew workload. And the next level is software level E. Then the failure condition for this is no effect. So for DO178C have a different type of development process objectives like planning process, development, configuration management, verification and validations. So for this verification, it has a set of objectives for the software testing. So let's talk about the software testing. So software testing is an activity that reveals the software fault before these faults became failure in your program usage. So in the software testing, we can do the different level of testing like a white box and black box. So in the white box, we can do the static analysis and dynamic analysis. So in the static analysis, that means examine the source code without executing the actual application, where we can do the review, walkthrough, and inspect the source code against with the test scenario. Then we have a dynamic analysis. That means examine the source code with the help of test cases and test data. So in the software testing, we can do the unit testing, integration testing, and system level testing. Unit testing, that means test the single unit of a program or code. Then integration testing, that means put the unit together. Then we have to test it. Then system level testing, that means test the whole application. So now next see the DO178C process objective for the verifications, which is set by the DO178C. So the first objective is shape software coding standard, static analysis, data flow analysis, and control flow analysis. Now the next is requirement based testing, then unit and integration testing, then a structure code coverage analysis, then software test environment. Then the last is tool qualification. So these are the objectives which is followed by the DO178C, or it is set by the DO178C. So now let's see how does Parasoft support the DO178 BYC complaints. So let's have a small introduction about the Parasoft. So Parasoft is a software company which research and develop the high quality of software, which helps the user to analyze and identify the defect at the early stage and measure the quality of software, which helps the organization to achieve DO178C compliance by providing the end-to-end quality management with the most comprehensive solution which is available in the Parasoft. Then a continuous compliance process which is integrated into the workflow and across the software development life cycle. Then it provides the comprehensive requirement traceability. So now let's move on to the first objective, which is set by the DO178C, that is software code standard, data flow, and control flow analysis. So according to this section, 5.3, 6.3.3, 6.3.4 software coding process. So aerospace defense industries are required the source code that need to be written according to the set of coding guidelines like programming language, method, analyze and test, verify for the compliance, which defines the standards. And the software coding process objective is a source code which need to be developed, and that is traceable, verifiable, consistent, and correctly implemented with a low level requirement. And review and analysis of the software architecture and of the source code. So now let's see how Parasoft tool fulfill those requirements. So means we have a compliance package according to the industries, like for aerospace we have a packages like DO178C software level A unit testing, DO178C software level B unit testing, software level C and D unit testing, then JSF. And for security we have a packages like CWE top 25, OWASP payment card industry data security standard, then CERT C guidelines. And similarly for automotive we have a AutoSAR C++ coding standard guidelines, HIS, MISRA C 2004. And for medical devices, we have a recommended rule for FDA C, or recommended rule for the FDA for C++ languages. So now let's see how to achieve the requirement in Parasoft. Like the requirement is enforcement of low complexity, use of language subset, then enforcement of a strong typing, use of defensive implementation technique. So for the enforcement of low complexity, we have a matrix analyzer that reports the various type of psychrometric complexity and other metrics also, like lack of cohesion, coupling between object, number of private field, etc. So the next requirement is use of language subset. So like here you can enforce the coding standard for the C or C++ language. Then you can use the defensive implementation technique, like here you can enforce the industry coding standard set of rules like MISRA, JSF, CERT-C, etc. And for the style guidelines, where we can enforce the specific coding convention based on the practices. So the section 5.3.2, which talks about the software coding process activities, like source code should implement the low level requirement and conform to the software architectures. Then the source code should conform to the software code standards. So for this, here we have a set of rule or coding guidelines that enforce the industry's best practices, where user can select the entire libraries and individual rules, or you can create a custom rule based on the organization policies. So the next section is 6.3.3, which talks about the review and analysis of the software architectures that that compatibility with the high level requirement, which ensure that software architecture does not conflict with the high level requirement. And the next is a consistency. Then the next is compatibility, verifiability, conformance to the standard, and partition integrity. So the next section is 6.3.4, which talks about the review and analysis of the source code. Like here we have various review and analysis of the source code, which compiled with the low level requirement, but and also compiled with the software architecture. So for that, here we have a test configuration where we can generate the test cases automatically based on the user definitions, like based on the argument, based on the function parameter, to ensure code compliance with the low level requirement. So the next is source code is accurate and consistent. So now let's move on the next objective, which is set by the DO178C according to the section 6.4.3, requirement based testing. So requirement based testing, it is mandated by the DO178C, which maintains the requirement based low level testing and software integration testing. Like in requirement based low level testing, which is used to test the low level requirement and accomplish to the isolation of the single unit of source code that demonstrate each software component that compile with a low level requirement to meet the objectives. So the next is requirement based software integration testing, where we can put the unit together, then test it to ensure that software component that interact correctly with each other and satisfy the software requirement and software architecture. So by the use of this testing method, it reveals the typical error like incorrect initialization of variable and constants, parameter passing errors, data corruption, incorrect sequence of event and operations. So for requirement based testing, then we have a unit and integration testing. So that means test the single unit of a code, or indicating that executing a test on a smaller component that focus on demonstrating the software units to fulfill their specification. So for requirement based testing, like you can do the unit testing, integration testing. Then we have a stub management also, which is used to solve the external dependency in your source code. Like we have a facility to generate the stub automatically for missing functions. So according to the section 6.4.3, it talks about the requirement based testing method, like like a low requirement based low level testing and requirement based software hardware integration testing. Then that means here we can derive the test or from the data source wizard that helps the parameterize test case and stub, which enable the scope and coverage with the minimum effort. So requirement based integration testing, which reveals the many errors like incorrect interrupt handling, failure to satisfy the execution time, like a stack overflow, violation of software partitioning. So then in the requirement based testing, where we can link up with the test cases or test result with the requirement, where Parasoft have a DTP platform which helps the, so DTP which helps the, you can link the test cases or result with the requirement data or map with the requirement or any third party tools like rectify. Then you have to generate the report by the low level to high level requirement, like a software design which is covered by the unit test, and the unit test which is covered by the software design. So once we done the requirement based testing, then we need to move into the next objective, which is set by the DO178C. The next objective is a structured code coverage analysis. So a structured code coverage analysis which determines which code structure has not exercised by the requirement based test procedure, like it checks the degree of coverage matrix at the various level, like MCDC, branch decision coverage, statement coverage, and confirm the data and control coupling between the code. So according to the section DO178C 6.4.4.2 and 6.4.4.3, which talks about the structure coverage analysis resolution, that reveals the code structure that has not exercised during the testing that may result of shortcomings in the requirement based test case or procedure, inadequacies in the software requirement, dead code that should be removed, and deactivated code. So DO178C coverage requirement that defines at the design assurance level, like for software level A, it is highly recommended for the 100% statement plus MCDC coverage, and for software level B, 100% statement plus branch coverage is required, and for the software level C, 100% statement coverage is required, and for the software level D and E, no mandatory requirement for the code coverage. So let's see how to achieve code coverage, structured code coverage analysis into the Parasoft tools. Like for the structured code coverage analysis, we have a analyzer for the multi-metric test coverage at a different level, like MCDC, block coverage, path coverage, function coverage, statement coverage, or you can export the test cases result from the for the complaints purpose. Then the next section is a structure code coverage analysis resolution. So for that, we have here we can so with the help of Parasoft tool, here we can generate the test case automatically that analyze the code and generate the unit level test suites that achieve the high coverage Parasoft test, and also provide a technology to help you increase the test coverage. So the next is here Parasoft tool. We do support a 9x coverage type of matrix, like line coverage, a statement coverage, block coverage, path coverage, decision coverage, MCDC coverage, function coverage. So this is how we do the line coverage and statement coverage, which will show. So line coverage, that means how many lines got covered after executing the test cases. So in the Parasoft tool, it will show in the color coding format. Like the line which is not getting covered, it will show in the red color, and the line which is got covered, that will show in the green color. Similarly, we have a decision coverage, MCDC coverage, path coverage, function coverage. So now next objective which is set by the DO170C is test environment, which satisfy the objective for the software testing. That means we need to load the software into the target devices and test in a high simulation of the target or host-based environment. And the certification credit may be given for the testing, which is done through the target or host computer or simulator that helps to provide the guidance for the test environment, which includes the test that should perform in the integrated target environment and that reveals some error that is only detected in this environment. So our Parasoft tool will support target testing also. Like here, this is how we can do the target testing. That means where we can execute or run the test cases on the target, or you can run the test cases on your own environment, like a host-based simulator or on the target. So here we have a Green Hills toolchain and a multi-ID Green Hills compiler, then GHS multi-debugger, and a target which I'm using here, PowerPC 5554, where we can run the test cases and capture the test result or test data and collect the structured code coverage at a different level, like level A, level B, which require the coverage metrics like MCDC, branch, statement, and decision coverage. So this is how Parasoft tool takes the input, that is a source code which comes from the different IDs, like we have a direct project import options from different IDs like Green Hills, Kill, IAR, Embedded Workbench, ARM. After that, then it isolate the source code and then generate the test harness or test executable through the cross compiler, and then it execute the test cases and collect the test result and coverage as a output. So the next objective is tool qualification. So according to the DO178C section 12.2, that require the tool qualifications. So during developing the airborne applications, so it's a mandatory where your tool is qualified or not to automate the activities of the software life cycle process. So here Parasoft tool is a qualified tool for the DO178 level of application, where you can implement the various type of process and objective which is set by the DO178C. Then the test coverage report. So here we can generate the test report in the different format like HTML, PDF, XML, or any custom report format. This is how test coverage report look like. So it will give you the detailed information about the project name, then how many test cases got passed, how many test cases got failed, and how many test cases we have ran. Then also it will give you the information about the how many runtime error got detected and how many unit test problem got fixed. And in the coverage summary it will give you the detailed information about the coverage like line coverage, statement coverage, block coverage. That means how many what are the percentage for the line coverage and what are the percentage for the statement coverage with that defined by that is defined by the function name. Like here as you can see it source hello.c, and here we are using three functions like capture input. For the capture input in the line coverage is showing 87%. So this is how the test coverage reports look like into the Parasoft tool. Then the test coverage report which will uh, which will define as a color coding format. The line which is got covered, that will show in the green color, and the line which is not covered, that will show in the red colors, including the source code. So this is a test coverage report. So the next is supported platform. So we do support the Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10 architecture with the x86 or x64 Windows architecture. Then Linux kernel also video support, and then Solaris platform also video support for the Solaris 7, Solaris 8, 9, 10, and Ultra Spark processor. Then we have a integration with the different compiler or cross compiler like Altera, ADS, ARM for Kill Microvision, ARM, IAR, Kill, Microsoft Visual C++ for Windows Mobile, Renesas, STM Microelectronics, Wine River. Then the next is we have an integration with the host compiler. So like for Windows, we have an integration like Microsoft Visual C++, GNU, GCC, then Green Hills Multi for Windows. And for Linux, we do support for Green Hills Multi for Linux, also GNU GCC. And for Solaris also we do support like Sun One Studio, GNU GCC, G++, then Green Hills Multi for Spark Solaris. Then we have a integration with the different IDs like Eclipse, Microsoft Visual Studio, ARM Workbench, ARM Development Studio, Texas Instruments, Renaissance. Then we have a facility where we can import the project from the different IDs like ARM, Green Hills Multi, IR Embedded Workbench, Kill Microvision IDE, Wine River, Texas Instruments, Code Composer, Renaissance. Then we do support the build management and source control management also. Like we have a direct integration with the build management like GNU Mac, Sun Mac, Microsoft NMac, XAMPP. And the for source control we do support SVN, CVS, Git, Microsoft Visual Source Safe, Perforce, and a Star Team Synergy. Then we have a integration with a different technology like Bumbo, Azure, Renaissance, CVS, Eclipse, Serena, Perforce, Oracle, IBM, Azure, Tasking, and ARM and Microsoft. So these are the technology. We have an integration. Then who is using the Parasoft C++ test? So this is our existing customer that are using the Parasoft C++ test like Boeing, Airbus, Atos, Baxter, BD, Cadence, Canon, then BLCLR, Ministry of Defense, VSC, and Anurag. So now let's summarize the DO178C objectives. So developing the DO178C complaints that is not easy. So for developing the DO178 complaints for the application for airborne system, like we have to meet the different level of objective which is mandated by the DO178C. Like the first objective is software code standards, static analysis, data flow and control flow analysis, where we have to develop the application according to the complaints, which requires the source code, which is to be written according to the coding standards, and then implement the various level of analysis like a static analysis, data and control flow analysis. Then the next objective is to be set by the DO178C is requirement based testing, like that mandates the different level of testing, like requirement based low level testing, then to generate the test cases or isolate the single unit of a source code to comply with the low level requirement. Then software integration testing, like where you can put the data together, then we have to test it. Then the next objective is a structured code coverage analysis, which checks the degree of coverage matrix and at the different level, like MCDC, a statement branch, etc. Then the next objective is a test environment, where we can load the software into the target and then execute, and certification make ready be given for the testing, which is done through the target or host based environment. Then the next objective is tool qualification for the DO178C level of application. So as the complexity of avionics and ground based application continues to involve need to provide the more sophisticated and comprehensive strategy and tool for addressing the complaints for DO178C verification. So Parasoft tool is a well qualified tool for the DO178C level applications, like where you can enforce the coding standard complaints, do the requirement based testing, unit and integration testing, code coverage analysis, and also you can run the test cases on the target board and achieve the structured code coverage analysis. So now let's move into the demo. So in the demo, we will see how to enforce, means how to achieve the objective which is set by the DO17C. Like the first objective is safety coding standards and static analysis, data flow analysis. So now let's quickly move to the demo. So this is a Parasoft tool which looks like how it look like, which is based on the Eclipse IDEs that got the different type of views, like quality task views, coverage views, suppression views, console views. So in the quality task view, suppose if you are running any analysis, it means if you are doing any analysis like a static analysis. So in the static analysis, like a pattern based static analysis or data flow analysis, so if any violations will come, then it will come and sit into the quality task view. So in the coverage view, it will show you the coverages after executing the test cases. Then in the suppression view, suppose if any task will got suppressed, then it will come and sit into the suppression view. Now let me show what are the test configuration we have, or video support into the Parasoft C++ test. So for this, just select the Parasoft, then click on the test configuration, then select the complaints pack. So here we have a package for the aerospace. We have a support for DO178C software level A unit testing, software level B unit testing, software level C and D unit testing, then JSF, and similarly for automotive, we have packages like AutoSAR C++ coding guidelines, HIS source code matrix, MISRA C complaints, MISRA C 2004, MISRA C 2012. For medical devices, we have a pack for recommended rule for FDSC and recommended rules for the FDSC++. And for the security, we have a package like CWSANS top 25 most dangerous, then OWASP payment card industries data, then ACI Cert C guidelines, ACI Cert C rules, security rules, then UL 2900. And for the embedded devices, we have a test configuration, like we do support we have a support for the ARM, Altium, GNU, MCU, Eclipse, Green Hills, IAR, Kill, Microvision, QNX, Renesas, then Texas Instruments, then Wind River, Windows Mobile. Then we have other test configurations also, like for application monitoring, we have a build application with the coverage monitoring. Then you can do the full memory monitoring also. Then you can build and run the application with the full memory monitoring. So these are the packages we do support. Now next, for the static analysis, we have a effective C++ test configuration. Like we have a test configuration which is used to find the duplicate code, unused code. Then for data flow analysis, we have flow analysis aggressive, flow analysis fast, and flow analysis standards. Then we have a test configuration for the matrix also, like where we can calculate the various type of matrix. So this is a test configuration what we have in the Parasoft tools. Now in the navigator view, it will contain the list of the project, and in the text explorer view, which helps you to manage the project test suites, test cases, and related data source that provide the test statistics details. So now let's meet the first objective which is set by the DO178C, that is a safety coding standards or a static analysis. So for a static analysis, we can perform the different type of static analysis like pattern based and data flow analysis. So in the pattern based static analysis, that means it will check inside the source code, means what are the pattern, what are the coding standard which we are missing inside the source code. So as we can see it here, we have a readily available one project. It's a hydraulic based project that contains three inputs, that contains the some functions like capture inputs, validate inputs, then some classes, then other dummy function like void for2. So for this source code, now I'm going to perform the pattern based static analysis, like where we can enforce the compliance for the aerospace applications like JSF. So for this, first we have to select the project, or else you can select the individual source code also. So as you can see it here, in my project we have only one source code, like a static analysis.cpp. So just select it, then right click on the source code, then select the Parasoft from the test, then select the test using built-in, then compliance pack, then aerospace pack, then select the joint strike fighter. So I am following the JSF coding compliance here. So now the test has been means analysis has been started, and as you can see it here, it given the in the test progress tab views, that given the some tabs like a scope. So in the scope tab, that will show it will show you how many total number of files you have added, then how many files had to be checked, and in the static tab it will show you how many violations got found after executed the analysis. So as we can see it, my analysis got finished or completed, and it's reported 175 tasks. So as I told you, all the tasks which is reported, that will come and sent into the quality task views. So according to the JSF complaints, that are the violations which is listed out here in the quality task views, like a function definition should not place in the class specifications, then a member function that does not affect the state of object. So let's navigate from means from where these violations is occurring. So for that, so just for the navigation, just we have to double click on the violations. So it will directly goes into the that individual lines. Like as you can see it here, it reports the multiple violations, like function f4 should not be defined within a class, then there is a no comment before the functions. So now let's see the other functions, means other violations, like all automatic variable shall have been assigned a value before being used. So as we can see it here, we have assigned some, means we have defined some variables, and but we forgot to assign some values. So according to GSF, it's reporting the violation. So the next thing is how to fix those violations which is occurring after analysis. So for that, our Parasoft tool which helps to fix those violations, like we provide the rule documentations. So for that, just we have to select the particular violations, which violations you want to fix it, then right click on the violations, then just click on the view rule documentation. So as we can see it here, now rule documentation has been opened, and it gives you the detailed description about the violations, like the intent of these rules is that all variables shall have be written to before they are read, and what are the benefits after fixing those violations, and it will give you the examples as well. Like this is the example, like here a structure is in this we have a recursive function like int s1, int si, int sj, and how to repair those violations. So for each and every violations we have a rule documentations. Like let's see the other violations, like avoid unused local variable. So just select the violations, then right click on this, then view rule documentations. So as you can see there, avoid unused local variable and the description about the violations and the exam benefits and the examples and how to fix those violations. So the next is we need to generate the report to capture those violations. So for this, just we have to go into the test progress views, then go to the report and publish tab. Then you can configure the report, like from where you want to save the report, and you can select the preferences based on the requirement, like detailed report for the developer, overview of task by authors, then the task details, and what are the rules you have enabled for the static analysis, and then which formats you want to generate the report, like HTML, PDF, XML, or XLS customs. So here I'm going to select the HTML format, then just click on the apply, then click on OK, then select the report location, then click on OK. So now report has been generated successfully. As we can see it here, my project name is static analysis, and total task it has been reported 175, and total number of files that checked only one, and so total number of lines in this source code is 230, and these are the task categories. You can see the task based on the severity so like for severity 2 is high, so total 55. So out of 175 tasks, total 55 is a high severity, and medium severity is 68. So it will show you according to the rule wise also, like for all functions have a cyclomatic complexity number of 20 or less. So according to the JSF 003-2, according to this rule ID, it's throwing the violations. And these are the active rules which I have enabled in the test configurations for the JSF. So these are the active rules. So this is the information about the pattern based static analysis. That means how to enforce the safety coding standards compliance. Like here we have enforced the JSF. Now we will see the data flow analysis. That means which helps to identify the possible runtime bug. So for that we have a readily available one project, like so in this source code we have some functions like a void fill array, void array out of bound, a static void null pointer dereference division by 0. Then these are the functions. So for that source code I'm going to perform the data flow analysis, which helps to identify the possible runtime bug. So for that also we have to follow the same procedure, like we have to select the project, complete project, or we can select the individual source code. So just select the individual source code, then select the pairs of, then test using built-in, then a static analysis, then flow analysis standards. Now you start analyzing, and in the static tab it will report how many violations got found and how many violations got subtracted, and number of rule, how many rule got violated. So my analysis got completed and it's reported total number of 8 tasks. So now let's see what are the violations. So fix static analysis violations, where there are 6 possible bugs, like always check the return value of non-void functions, avoid division by 0, then avoid null pointer dereference. So these are the possible runtime bug. So after performing the data flow analysis, which is caused. So for those violations also we have provided rule documentations to fix those bugs. Like just click on this and then select the violation, then click on the view rule documentations. So it will directly go to the directly it will open into the Explorer, and it will show you the rule documentation, like it will give you the detailed information or description about the violations and how to fix those violations with the examples. So this is the data flow analysis how we can do. Now the next is next objective is matrix that will which helps to identify the various type of matrix like cyclomatic complexity, number of private field, number of protected field, lack of cohesion, coupling between object. If any matrix you have in your source code, then it will helps to it helps to identify and calculate the matrix. So for that, just we have to select the project. Then just we have to select the complete project, or you can select the individual source code also. Then right click on this, then select the Parasoft from the context menu, then test using, then built-in, then a static analysis, then click on the matrix. So as you can see it test using user defines a static analysis, complaint spec, aerospace spec, then matrix analysis. Because we in the this is I have run the default test configuration. So for that, first we need to enable the test configuration for the matrix. So by default, so now as you can see it here, now it's reported total number of tasks is 28. So now we can see the violations for the matrix. Like as you can see here, total number of 28 matrix is got found, like a void function with a word 50 lines. Then cyclomatic complexity also is found, then follow the cyclomatic complexity limit of 20. So let's navigate from where is causing the problem. So just click on this. So as you can see there, in this function they are reported multiple markers, like function FOO2 has a high cyclomatic complexity values like 21. Then function FOO2 has a high cyclomatic complexity value which is more than 21. So as you can see it here, in these functions I am using the switch cases, and here I am using the more than 20 number of more than 21 means more than 21 cyclomatic complexity. Here we are using, like as we can see it, if a or if a or b, this condition and decision I'm using like this. So cause of this is causing those violations. So for that also we provide the rule documentation. So now let's quickly move to the next objectives, that is a structured code coverage analysis. That means we have to do the dynamic analysis, like we have to generate the test cases, then we have to execute the test cases, then we have to see what are the code coverage percentage, like or how to achieve the maximum code coverage. So for it, now let's move into the dynamic analysis, like we have to generate the test cases, then we have to execute the test cases. Like for that, we have a readily available one project for the dynamic analysis. So this is also a hydraulic based applications that contains the three functions, like int capture inputs, invalidate inputs, and the main functions. So now let's see how to generate the test cases. So before this, first let me to show you the test configuration. What are the test configurations which we have available for the unit testings? So just select the test configurations, then unit testing, then generate the unit test. So by default, our tool will generate the 10 number of test cases for each and every functions. So you can modify each and every time the number of test cases. Like if you have a more number, if you have requirement for the more number of test cases for each functions, like more than 10, like 15, or if you want to reduce the number of test cases, then also you can modify it each and every time like 5. So based on that, it will generate the test cases for every functions. So we want to generate the 10 number of test cases for each functions. Now click on close, then select the source code. Now let me to open the dynamic class, then select the source code, then click on the Parasoft. then test using built-in unit testing, then generate the unit test. So as we can see it here in the generation tab, now it's got generated 30 test cases because in the test configuration we have given the 10 number of tests, we have generated a 10 number of test cases for each and every functions. So in the test explorer view, it will list out the test cases. So as you can see it here, based on the function, it has generated a test cases based on the function parameter, function argument. So now let's navigate or let's see the one test case which is generated automatically, which is that generated a test case based on the C source code. Like here the precondition initialization, like for that initialize the global variable for the hydraulic system one pressure, and then initialize some values also, and the post condition like which function call has been tested. So as you can see it here in the demo.c, for these functions capture inputs, here I am using some variable like hydraulic system 1 pressure, hydraulic system 2 pressures, and here we are checking the conditions. So based on that, it has generated the test cases. So now we have to execute the test cases to check the coverages. So for that, we are going to comply with the DO178C level A unit testing. So for this, just we have to select the test suites, then click on the test using user defined compliance spec, aerospace spec, then software level A unit testing. So for the software level A unit testing, that means it will for software level A unit testing, it's highly recommended for the 100% statement coverage, MCDC coverage, or decision coverage. So now all the test cases got executed successfully, and in the coverage tab, we can see the percentage of code coverage, like for MCDC. So for MCDC, it's got covered only the 67%, and for the main function, it got covered 33%. Like out of 6 conditions, only 2 conditions got covered, and for the validate input, out of 6 conditions, only 4 conditions got covered, and for the capture input, we have a coverage percentage is 100%. So now let's navigate into the particular functions. So like here we can see the validate input is got covered only the 67%. So as you can see here, these only 4 decisions got covered out of 6. So here we are using total 6 number of decisions, like hydraulic system 1, then this, and the here is showing the red color, that means that decision not got covered. So now so the next object, so the next we have to think how to achieve this coverage, means how to achieve the maximum code coverage, like for the validate input and like for the main function also we have to achieve, because it's covered only the 33%. So now, so for this we have a facility where we can generate the test cases manually also. So for this, just we have to select the test suites, then click on the add new, then we have options like for generating the manual test case, like you can generate a test cases using editor also, then test case using wizard, or you can generate the test template. So here I'm going to select the test case using wizard. So now windows have open. Now select the function for which function you want to generate the test cases. So here, as you can see, the validate input is only covered as 67%. So now let's select the validate input. Now give the test case name like a underscore, or you can give the any name one. Then click on the next. Now let's see. For this 4 decision already got covered, and we need to cover these conditions. If hydraulic system underscore valid equal to 1, and hydraulic systems underscore switch equal to 1. So if so in the manually generated test cases, if I will give the input as a 1 for the hydraulic system underscore valid equal to 1, so this condition will got covered. And for this, if I'll give the input as a 1, then this condition will also got covered. So now let's provide the input manually, like int hydraulic system switch equal to 1, then in hydraulic system underscore valid equal to 1, then click on the finish. So now as you can see it here, my test case has been generated successfully, and here we have given the Here we have assigned some values for the hydraulic system underscore switch. Hydraulic system 3 underscore switch is equal to 1 to cover that decisions. And for the hydraulic system 3 for valid, we have provided the value, we have assigned the value as a 1 here. So now we have to execute the test cases and let's check whether it is achieved or not. So now test got completed, and as you can see it now, the validate input is the coverage ratio, coverage percentage is 100%. Let's navigate into the source code. So as you can see there, before it was not covered, but after creating the manual test cases and provide the test or provide the value or assign some values manually, so after that it's getting covered this condition also. So similarly you can cover the other functions also, like main functions. Here also you can cover. So now let's execute the complete test cases in one shot. So just reset the statics, then select the DO178C software level A unit testing. So now it's a start executed a test case. Now all the test cases got executed successfully. Now let's see the coverage. So the total coverage percentage is 78%. So the next is we have to generate the report. So for generating the report, just we have to go to the report and publish tab, then click on the configure, then click on the preferences. Based on the preferences or based on the requirement, you can select the, like here we have to overview check file and execute the test. Then task details, active static analysis rule is not required because this is only for the static analysis. Then select the format, in which format you want to generate the report. So here I'm going to select the HTML, C++ unit testing details. Then click on apply, then click on OK. Then select the report locations. So you can select the report location like a dynamic analysis, or you can give the any report locations from where you want to save the reports. So now the reports have been generated successfully. So as we can see it here, we ran 31 test cases, like because each for each and every function is got generated by default 30 test cases, and one more test cases we have added manually. So that's why here is showing total 31 test cases, and no any error got detected, and no any fixed unit test problem has occurred. So in the coverage summary, as you can see it here, now let me to expand all. So in the demo.c, we used three functions like capture input, main, and validate input. So for the capture input, as you can see it, for the statement coverage is 100%, and for decision coverage is 100%, and for the MCDC coverage is 100%. Now the next is main function. For the main functions, we can see it here, for the statement coverage is 100%, and this decision coverage is 100%, and the MCDC coverage is only 33%. So this is based on the DO178 level A unit testing, because for level A unit testing is highly recommended. We need to achieve the 100% statement coverage, decision coverage, as well as the MCDC coverage. Now let's see the detailed coverage report. So just we have to click on this icon. Now it will show you the into color coding format. Like as you can see it here, it's included with the source code. So this is how the code coverage report looks like. Now let me to close this. Now if you want to see the view report, so just go to the report location from where you have saved the report, then dynamic analysis. Here we have saved the report, then execution, then report demo. So here it will give you the detailed information about the reports, like what are the compiler you are using, which tool chain you are using, and what are the configuration you have used. So as we can see it here, this is my report locations or source code, and tool chain which I am using the GCC, and the compiler is for C++ compiler Genesis GCC with the version of 4.4.x I am using, and this is a test configuration which I used, and it will give you the a status test case, a status. If any test case will got failed, then it will show here in the red color, and it will give you the status detail status about the test cases, like test case execution log. If any error or any runtime error got detected, then it will show it here also. So this is the detailed information about the executions. Now let me to move into the tool. So this is how we can do the dynamic analysis to meet the objective, third objectives, which is set by the DO178C, is a structured code coverage analysis. Like we have to generate a test cases, then we have to run the test cases, or we can run the test cases on the hardware also. Like let me show you, or you can generate run the test cases from the hardware also. Like, and we have a direct project import option also, where we can import the project from the different IDs. Like just we have to select the file, then click on the new, then select the other, then C++ test. So from here you can import the project from the IDs like a Code Composer, Green Hills project, High Performance Embedded Workshop project, IR Embedded Workbench project, then import Kill Microvision project. So now the next is, now let me show you what are the instrumentation which is used, which we do support in the Parasoft for the embedded applications. So for this, just we have to select the test configurations, then the compliance spec, aerospace spec, DO178C, then the execution tab. So these are the instrumentations we do support, like we features like C++ code coverage, stack trace reporting, access to private member function stubs, memory monitoring. Then the coverage matrix, we do support a 9x coverage type of matrix like function coverage, line coverage, statement coverage, block coverage, path coverage, decision, MCDC. So these are the instrumentations and the coverage matrix we do support into the Parasoft tool. Now let me to close this. So this is how our tool will have to do the static analysis, or here we can enforce the safety standard coding compliance rules. Then we can perform the various type of analysis like a static in the static analysis, like pattern based static analysis, data flow analysis, matrix analysis. Then you can generate the test cases, and then you can execute the test cases, or you can execute the test cases on the target, or as well as on the simulator also. So now let's move into the slides. So do you have any questions?
Yes, Prince, there are some questions. I would like to read it out for you. The
Yes.
question is from Mr. Rajashekhar Rao. His question goes like this. Parasoft is a web-based application. How could it be compliant to DO 178C guidelines? As per the objectives involved in DO 178C, web-based applications can be compiled for interface testing. No web-based application can be compiled for interface testing.
Okay, let me answer that question. Parasoft is not a web-based tool. Okay, tool qualification is available. So you can qualify this tool for the standards like DO178, ISO 26262, or any other safety standards. And coming to this one, what is the coding standard followed and all? So we have a tool qualification, and we can share that information offline. Please share your email ID. We'll share that information offline. Okay. Can we have the next question, Praveen?
Yes, yes, Mr. Raj. The second question is also from Mr. Rajshekhar Rao. His question goes like this. Will Parasoft support embedded coder and HDL coder compiler?
We need to have more information. Actually, embedded coder means what actually? Like we didn't understand that. We can contact him, or if he is online, so he can provide that information, like what is embedded coder. So we support various coding standards. Okay, so that we can take up online. If it is clear, so then we can specifically answer that question.
All right, Mr. Rajshekhar, we'll get back to you.
Contact him and find out. Yeah, okay.
Right. So there is another question from Mr. Rajshekhar Rao. The question goes like this. Will Parasoft cover violation of software partition for CSCI items?
Sorry, come again.
Will Parasoft cover will Parasoft cover violation of software partition for CSCI items?
CSCI. Okay, so he is talking about the CSCI means configuration, computer software configuration item. So we'll share the information already in the instrumentation. We showed that. Okay, so we'll share that information. We support that. So we share that information offline.
All right.
Okay.
So there's
Next.
another question. Can the Parasoft reliability performance be tested?
Software reliability. So software reliability is not available in Parasoft. Okay.
All right. There's a question from Mr. Pushpendra. This question goes like this. Does the issue identified in the data flow analysis or also identified in static analysis?
Okay. Let me differentiate actually. When it comes to static analysis, let's take in static analysis, it's a flow based, and in the data flow analysis, it finds out the possible runtime bugs. Like let's take without executing, let's take you have a legacy system, okay, wherein dynamic analysis is not available. So how do you find out the possible means runtime bugs, but it's not actual bugs, but it's a possible runtime bugs. Let's take divide by zero or null pointer dereferencing. So you can find out those possible bugs without executing the code. In static analysis flow based, it won't provide this one data flow analysis. Okay, next question.
Okay, even this question is from Mr. Pushpendra. Can
Okay.
the exemption given, example, cyclomatic complexity, be given at functional level?
So can you repeat, please?
Can the exemption be given, example, cyclomatic complexity, at the functional level?
Okay. He means his question is not very clear. Okay, but I assume that actually like he is talking about suppressing the violations. Yes, we have that feature available. You can suppress, but it will be printed in the report.
All right. So there's another question, from Mr. Jubia Mathav. His question goes like this: is Parasoft a qualified tool as per DO 178 tool qualification process?
Yes, see, you need to like we have a tool qualification kit. So we provide that tool qualification kit to you, and you can qualify your application. Like see, your application needs to be certified. So we have that tool qualification kit for this verification tool, Parasoft, and it shows that actually it doesn't introduce any errors. It does the verification. That qualification pack we have, and your application you need to get certified. Okay.
There's
Next.
another question from Apala Naidu. This question goes like this:
Okay.
how to address source code to object code traceability objectivity?
Sorry, come again once again.
How to address source code to object code traceability?
Okay. He is talking about object code verification. Okay.
Yes.
So we have, yes. See, we for Green Hills environment we have assembly code coverage available for selected environments like Green Hills, but it's not available for all the embedded environments. Okay, so that question we understood. Okay, talking about the as per DO 178, you need to do the object code verification. So in that we do have that feature for Green Hills. Next question.
All right. So this question is from Mr. Himanshu Singh. Does Parasoft support DSP cross-core IDE?
Sorry, come again.
Does Parasoft support ADSP cross-code IDE?
Cross-code. Okay, IDE. So this support for this DSP, no, we will we need more information on that environment actually, target
All right.
and then memory, all that information to confirm that. Okay, so we'll contact and we will provide
Okay.
that information.
Mr. Imamshu will get in touch with you to get some more details about your question, and we will respond back to you on an email. Okay, we have more and more questions, Basuraj. However, I think it's time now. So what we'll do is we'll try all of these questions on an email. Thank you everyone
Yes,
again for.
yes.
Thank you so much.
Sure. Okay, we will answer those questions and we'll compile those answers and we'll share with all the attendees. Okay. Okay. Thanks for your
Definitely,
time.
yes.
Thanks for this opportunity. Thanks everyone. Thanks Prince for the presentation.